Good morning there. This video is about what it was like trucking when I started 25 years ago. The differences between then and now. So some of you might be older than me and have done it differently, but this is what I remember. So hope you enjoy the video. Speak to you later. So good morning there. I'm sitting down here in Houston getting unloaded. Sun's starting to come up and it's I'm unloaded. I'm just waiting for the paperwork. So I thought something went through my mind last night as I was coming across here. My wife was reading directions out to me from her cell phone. You know, take this road, take that road, to get that exit, be in this lane, all that good stuff, making my life a bit easier for me. And it made me remember what it was like when I first started trucking. Slightly different from what it is now. That is for definite. The advent of the internet and GPS and cell phone contracts have made a big difference. And loves truck stops. I started trucking. My friend Jeff had a workshop up in Idaho there, and I worked for him for a while. And I was his labourer guy that would take engines out, take radiators out, take wheels off, strip brakes down, put the brakes back together. If I stripped an engine apart, I would clean the parts and buff off the bits that needed gasket on them and all that stuff, then help him put them back together. He did the clever stuff, I did the donkey stuff. So once the trucks were ready, I would take them for a test drive. That was the fun part of the gig for me in my mid-20s. You know, being from Scotland, I'd watched Smokey and the Bandit a million times, it seemed like, and to be sitting in a tractor unit, you know, with a big long hood on it, was pretty cool. So I'd take these things up the road and have the jakes going on them, straight pipes and most of them up there at that time. And you get up through the gears and take your foot off and listen for the jake, turn the window down a little bit, play with the horn. Back in the day. So did that, and then I borrowed a trailer from his brother and borrowed a truck from somebody and went and took my test. I taught myself how to back up. I had been driving coaches before in Scotland, so when you get into a truck it's a little bit different, but not that hard. Up in Idaho it was an easy test to pass. Passed it first time. Super trucker me, eh? But then I got a truck. I've got a 1995 Peterbilt, it was a 95 or 96, Pete 377. It's an ex-Kilpacker truck. And got a 53-foot drive van, leased myself on to Idaho Supreme and got a load from Firth, Idaho going down to Laredo, Texas. 25 years ago, it was horrible. I don't know what it's like. I don't think I've been back. Muddy puddles and a dusty truck stop, and this wasn't a very nice spot that we were in. So we got unloaded there, picked up a load, got to California, dropped it off, got a load of empty milk cartons, going up to Idaho and get paid the priceless sum of $4,000. Oh, and I picked a load of salt from Salt Lake and up to Rigby and get $4,100 out of that. Paid the fuel, paid them their cut, paid the trailer rent, which was a rip-off at the time. Incidentally, if you're buying a truck, make sure you get a trailer as well. Made that mistake. Got the truck bought and then realised I didn't have a trailer. And had to rent one, and that was just extortionate. So then we get our first load on. And driving a loaded truck is a whole lot different pulling a 53-foot dry van loaded to the top with dehydrated potatoes and going down to the Mexican border is a lot different than driving a 45-foot flatbed without a load on it around Idaho Falls. Much different. So that was me on the road. coming back from California over Cedar City with the empty milk cartons was a hairy experience. It started snowing over the top there, and I just thought, this is not for me, I don't like this. But yeah, you get used to it, yeah. Started driving, and I get sent regularly, almost every week, to the East Coast. Didn't really know what logbooks were all about at the time. Wasn't really, maybe it was, but I never paid much attention to it. Yeah, I did use one at times, and you usually get home and the logbooks would catch up to you by the time you were at home. But my first time going to Jersey, it was 2 stops, Jersey City and the Rikers Island prison in the middle of New York. Got into Jersey, so back then, if you wanted to know how far you had to go, you get the map out and you looked at the little numbers along the Rand McNally map, and then you would go at the back of it. So Idaho Falls wasn't on the at the time, so I'd go Salt Lake. At the back of the book there's a thing called a Ready Reckoner, and a lot of people will know what they are, some won't. So you'd go up to the top and you'd find Salt Lake, and then you go down here and you'd find Jersey City, and you'd go like that, and you would find the number, and that would tell you how many miles it was. None of this punk into your phone and finding out in seconds. So, and then also to find out where your final drop off was, you didn't put your GPS on, you would go and find a phone, because you didn't have a phone contract that didn't have roaming on it. AT&T came out about 23 years ago or something like that, maybe with a nationwide calling plan. Other than that, it was roaming fees. You could turn your phone on for a second, make a quick call and turn it back off, and it still costs you an arm and a leg. So to make a phone call, you would go into a truck stop and you would squeeze your way past the 25 or 30 guys that were sitting at a big screen TV that had just come out, watching and shouting at the TV, watching the Jerry Springer show. That was that then. You would find a bank of telephones that had carpet on the walls for insulation, and make your phone call to your broker or your receiver, and you would call them up and have your pen and paper handy, because you would be writing down every receiver, everyone had an option for directions to our facility, please press this number or whatever, the hash number or whatever. And then it would have a recording on there. If you're coming on I-80 from the west, take exit 22, travel north to Main Street, turn right, blah blah. You get it. So, and you would write all those instructions down, and if you missed a turn, you were stuffed. That was it. Game over. So I managed to, going across the country, managed to blunder my way into Jersey City, stopped in Pennsylvania, and got a hotel, got a wash. Incidentally, you never went into many truck stops once you get past Chicago, because Love's was not really a thing at the time. Flying J was an up and coming truck stop, and the guy that owned it was an old man from Wyoming or Montana who had ranches, and you could go into the diner at the Flying J. They all had diners. I think some of them are Denny's now, but the diner in the Flying J had a food bar in it, like a salad bar thing, and you could get they had a special offer, a 24-ounce T-bone steak for $8.88, and for an extra $2 you get the food bar. So for $12 you were stuffed forever. A 24-ounce T-bone steak for tell you, it hangs over the side of the plate. It was huge. So but you're heading across the country there, stopped at Pennsylvania, got a shower, as I said, east of Chicago really. You would have to wipe your feet on the way out the shower, and they were just filthy. A lot of dirty showers, potholed parking lots, just not very nice spots in a lot of them. It's a lot better now. Loves have done a lot for the truck stop, but going across to Jersey, I remember pulling into this hotel, got to sleep in a shower, and I got up to drive across Pennsylvania in the evening and get into New Jersey at night time to avoid the traffic. And I had written down, you know, take I-80 to the New Jersey Turnpike. Looking at the map, thought, that looks not too bad. Till you get there and I-80 goes to about 12 lanes wide. Now in your GPS it will tell you, be in the second lane from the right to take this exit or whatever. But back then you could be in the middle thinking, right, I've got to keep my options open, I don't know which way it's going to go. You don't know if you're going off to the left or to the right, and then by the time you notice it, you have to be off to the right. There's people up the inside of you, you can't get over, there's a barrier to get into that lane to get to the exit. So it was not pleasant. I get in there, I got unloaded, and then I had to go to the jails over into New York, to Rikers Island prison. Going over that, sitting in that place, it was a feeder for the prison. A lot of guys, where I was unloading, knew where it was. The New Yorkers are nice people, I like them, but they talk differently and they talk fast. And these guys are telling you things like, you know what it is, you know. Take the GW to the BQE and then take the Triborough Bridge, and I'm going, I don't have a freaking clue what you're talking. You might as well be speaking Italian to me right now. I know what the GW is, the George Washington, the BQE is the Brooklyn Queens Expressway. All that stuff, you know, was a bit daunting for me. So this is what happened. I go over the GW bridge, massive bridge going into New York, and I miss the turn off. I can't get off to the left, so I think, crap, I'll take the next one. Took the next one thinking I could go around the block, or I don't know what I thought. But I get off into this residential place and I've got to make a right turn and I can't get round. I've got a 53-foot drive and the axles are kind of slid far back, and there's a funeral at a church on the corner. It was like something from The Godfather, you know, some outside this church, and they had to go in, and I got halfway around the corner and I couldn't get around because the funeral cars were there. So I had to go in and get the undertakers to come out and move the funeral cortege up a little bit so that this idiot could get his load of spuds around the corner to go somewhere that he didn't know where he was going. And you pull up, and to me, you know, it's a bit like a scene out of Law and Order. You're there in New York with this truck and try to find it out, and people are honking at you, and oh my goodness. But then you find your way to the entrance to the Rikers Island prison, and you give them the license. They take your license off you, and you go over the 4-lane bridge into the prison. 25,000 of New York's finest in there, and when you're back out, you give you your license back, so hopefully your picture matches up to your face to make sure you're the right person that should be driving that wagon. Check under your truck for mirrors and stuff, and then you get in to the prison, and you back into the dock, and it's the prisoners that unload the truck. You know, you're standing in the dock with these guys have all got the same outfit on, and they were eating Idaho potatoes, and they were eating steak, Idaho potatoes, and drinking Gatorade, and you know, that's what they were having, and you get to eat with them. So why not? Free meal, and it's good gear. It's not what you see on the telly in the freaking Paul Newman films back in the day when they put a spoonful of gruel on there. Maybe it's changed, maybe it's not, but who knows. But that was what it was like trucking back then. Then once you got unloaded, you never took a picture and sent in your bills, you know. That was a thing of the future. How futuristic was that? You had to wait till you get back and then hand it in your trip pack with your receipts and all that stuff in it. So, but anyway, I have gotten a green light, and it is time for me to wait for the call that's going to say, come and get your paperwork, boy, and go way back to your bed. Find a load, go somewhere else. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. I know there'll be people that have got older experiences than that when they're driving with 2 sticks here. Oh, automatics, that's a thing of the present, isn't it? The automatic trucks with cruise control and climate control, and you push a button, and traction control, and you unlock your 5th wheel with a button and all that. Yeah, I still don't do that, but there you go. Still driving a stick shift, still got a splitter transmission on it, still going out to pull my 5th wheel pin, but hey, old style. Thanks for watching, hope you like it, see ya.